Use of the N-word and similar are solely for the purpose of the story. Caution, viewer discretion is advised.
Pops was with a good crew back then. They had the right formula and they ran with it. I run into cats all the time who remember him from back when. One joker got so excited when he found out who I was, he couldn't stop bragging how it was Pops that sold him his first bag of dope in 1972. I know it sounds twisted, but that's life in the game. See, Pops knew the code. The game is the game, always. You playing, you gotta play all the way or leave it alone. Like Carlito's way. You can't learn about it in school, and you can't have a late start. Pops and his crew was in it for the long haul, but it's like Monopoly, you know. Sooner or later, you're gonna get caught. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. One of my earliest memories of him as a kid was watching white cops drag him off to jail in the middle of the night. By that time, my little sister Giselle, Zelly we call her, was born, and we moved in with my grandmother Florence on Orion Avenue. With Pops off the scene, streets got the best of my mother. She got caught up on that dope, and even when he came home somewhere around 1974, it was already too late. They tried, but never did get things right again. He went back to the streets with a crew from North, had the bad habit of sticking up dealers. One night he ended up on the wrong side of a 38 in the projects on Prince Street. Can't even remember how I felt about it. I don't even think I cried. I guess you could say I was numb. Things went from bad to worse after that. That next year, Mom's OD'd in the bathroom at home, and just like that, me and Zelly were orphaned. The streets in the 60s was running red hot, and with that fag J. Edgar giving the mob the green light to bring the dope into the ghettos, you had hustlers and gangsters popping up everywhere. The blacks and Latinos started coming into their own around that time. Guineas couldn't control the hoods by themselves no more. That opened up the floodgates for cats like my father and his crew. He had a reputation in the streets and didn't hesitate to back it up. Real smooth cat, talk his way into or out of anything. Good looking too, but I think that part runs in the family. I ain't bragging. Anyway, from what I hear, he was a real killer with the ladies. Must be true, cause he won moms over, and there was a whole lot of cats lined up at her doorstep. By the early 70s, the neighborhoods were starting to change. Whites were moving out, and you gotta remember, Jersey City wasn't no international town in them days. On one side of the fence, you had the blacks and the Puerto Ricans when they wasn't warring against each other. And on the other side, the whites. There were a few Polacks and Jews scattered around down Duncan and even in the 16th Street projects by the Holland Tunnel, but mostly they was Guineas and them Irish motherfuckers. There was this one Irish gang from Princeton Avenue called themselves the Bones. Beat on niggas every second. Real nasty crew. Used to go around the public schools beating up the little kids. They finally pressed their luck at Snyder High and a couple of them got laid out. One night at a concert in Roosevelt Stadium, they beat a guy to death. A white kid, if you can believe that. They had a rep for taking it to the blacks and the PRs, but one time they catch a body was one of their own. Go figure. Nobody ever was arrested for the murder, but after that, the pigs started putting real pressure on them, so they busted up not too long after that. A few years later, one of the leaders ran for mayor and actually got elected. I swear, you can't make this shit up, but that's the way it was back then. Sometimes it still is. My father was smart, I mean, for real. Clocked his IQ at 159, honor student all through high school, even got a scholarship to Georgetown. But when moms turned up pregnant with me in the middle of their senior year, all that shit got put on hold. He worked a few odd jobs, but didn't amount to nothing. It was too slow. I guess he couldn't handle being at the bottom of the pile. Who can? That's what I meant when I said I got his ways. He had big dreams and big balls, enough to go for it. Wasn't scared of nothing. He never saw the downside of the thing. Had to have it all or nothing. It's just how he was. And since J.P. Morgan wasn't offering no start at the top positions, he went with option B, the streets. Ain't no big secret. Not if you got eyes. The streets always attracted some of the smartest cats in the neighborhoods, black and white. That's what them sociologists could never get their heads around. See, the gangster ain't stupid. It's about money. It's about some people who just ain't made to lay down. From Jesse James to Al Capone, there's always been poor people who just won't roll over. They can't. And a lot of them was at the top of the class, just like my father. But hey, it's the lifestyle of the rich and famous, right? With that corporate advertising machine coming at you day and night, how you gonna settle for less? How you gonna walk away from your chance to get your piece of the pie? It's like one of them rappers said, around my way, either you got a wicked jump shot or you sling crack rock. Maybe an oversimplification, but don't mean it ain't true.
Don't forget to subscribe and turn on bell notifications so you don't miss any new content. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. And don't forget to leave a like to see more. To read the full story Loving the Game written by author Daniel Ali, please visit the link located down in the description below. Thank you.